Joe Pyfer, who won a second round submission with the fine performance in UFC Vegas 80, set off a new alarming bell for the middleweight division. The 27-year-old American came a long way from losing his Dana White's Contender Series fight in round 1 to emerging as a nightmare for the whole division. Today, we are going to talk about this rising star in this new episode of Unsung Warrior. I'm the guy with the Indian accent and you are on Fight Book. The Pennsylvania native began his MMA career in May 2018, competing in a regional promotion and clinching a first-round TKO victory. The second fight in his MMA career is still the only time when Pyfer needed judges to announce him the winner. After that, 4 straight finishes earned Body Bags his first crack at Dana White's Contender Series as an undefeated ROC middleweight champion with the record of 6-0. Although Pyfer is being promoted in the UFC as a Dana White's Contender Series alumni who won the contract through that show in 2022, but interestingly, this was not the American's first appearance on the UFC feeder program. Pyfer appeared in Dana White's Contender Series in 2020 and unfortunately suffered a devastating elbow injury at the end of the first round. The injury forced him to succumb to a first-round TKO loss to Dustin Stoltzfus. He recovered from the injury in 1.5 years and then got back into the win column with a big finish in CFFC. This win got him another chance to the show, and this time he did what he was supposed to do for the first time. He was awarded the highly sought-after contract by the UFC following his impressive second-round TKO finish over Ozzy Diaz. After joining the UFC, he knocked out Alen Amatoski in the first round in his debut match, but this wasn't a big fight for him to improve on because Alen was already on a 3-fight losing streak. But then a good fight came his way, Gerald Meerschaert, who had won 4 of his last 5 fights. Meerschaert was also knocked out by Pyfer in the very first round, which put him in the list of fighters to keep an eye on. Here is a fun fact that after beating Meerschaert in MMA, Pyfer beat him in official grappling match as well, which show that he is a very well-rounded fighter who is not relying only on his power. As you know, he also had a great performance in his third UFC fight this week, finishing Abdulrazak Alhassan in the second round. Now he is on a streak of 3 consecutive UFC fights by finishing his opponents. Overall, 12 wins and 2 losses with 5-fight win streak. The 27-year-old has 8 knockout wins and 3 submission wins so far on his resume. Pyfer currently trains under John Marquez and is part of Team Daniel Gracie. He also credited his tough training session with UFC welterweight Sean Brady as a factor in his recent performance. So I don't think I need to tell you what is the potential of Joe Pyfer, who is entering in his prime and has a great team behind his back. He definitely has more potential to become a future champion than the overrated guys like Paddy Pimblett. So if you are gonna miss his next fight, then don't. I have already discussed the most sensible and possible next fight for him, so you can watch that video by clicking on the thumbnail showing on your screen. Now I'll see you in the next video, so till then do whatever you want.